How to figure out if Medellin is for you. Welcome back to How to Expat. My name is Tacha. We're here with Coco and Sam.
Welcome. In this video we're gonna talk about how you personally can find out if Medellin or kind of any other city is the right city for you. And yeah, we're gonna go through a step-by-step guide how you can find out if in this example Medellin is for you, or you can apply that to Mexico City, any other place you want. So first you'll have to find out if cost of living is right, so if you can afford the place. Secondly, you have to find out if you can get a visa in that city or country you would like to live in. Then the third thing is climate, so you don't want to melt or freeze in the place you figure it's your expat destination. Then kind of the size of the cities, or you're small village type, or are you rather be in a 8 million or more kind of city. So what would you see, how is Medellin like in these kind of categories?
All right, let's start with cost of living. Cost of living is for a couple around $2,000 a month. When you're not a couple, when you're single and living here, depending on the neighborhood, that could be around 1,000 to 1,500 that you're gonna spend here in Medellin.
Yeah, for cost of living, yeah.
For cost of living, yeah.
Exactly. Then visa, of course, that's a whole big discussion in itself, but maybe in a nutshell, if you're a retiree or if you have a military pension, you're very welcome here to Colombia. It's very easy. If you're a digital nomad, it's kind of tough. There are not too many options around. And there's always kind of the joker option, which is the student visa you can get. So if you apply for a student school that is certified, then you can get a 1 year long visa. Yeah, kind of in a nutshell, if you want to find out more about that, we have a whole video about all the visas. So yeah, that's linked in the description down below, so check out that there. Then how is the climate here in Medellin?
Well, it's called the City of Eternal Spring. In my personal opinion, we have great weather here. I'm the one that is like cold really fast, and there may be a week out of the year that I'm cold, that I really need a jacket because it's raining. So you don't really have too much rain, and it's usually every day you have sun, so weather is pretty much perfect. In Fahrenheit, you would say
it's around 75 to 85 degrees Fahrenheit, all year round. So it's really the perfect climate. Then the size of the city. So I always say, if you calculate the size, so let's say you already stay in a 4 million person city in the US, and you think that's too big, so you want to size down, let's say, to 1 million. In Latin America, usually it's the city only feels like 30%. So here in Medellin we have 4 million people, but it feels kind of like a 1 million people city. Yeah. So I think the size also is perfect. So it's not really too big for most people, for most expats, but it's still, you have a lot of malls, a lot of places to go to, and a couple of neighborhoods that you will mingle around. With many Latin American cities we found, it's kind of, they're very, very small, so you kind of live in one little neighborhood. And I think for that, Medellin, with the different neighborhoods you can go to as an expat, it's really great size. So, then once you found out, Sam and Tasha, that really sounds good, that could be something for me. The next thing is really, you have to come down here. There is no other way that you will find out, how Medellin is truly like for you. Yeah. So you need to come here, and then the first thing would be check out a neighborhood and find out if you can cope with the language barrier. So you will need to find out for yourself, because you probably read and heard a lot of people say, there's a lot of English speakers and not a lot of English speakers in Medellin. You need to find out how exactly it applies for you personally, if you can deal with the barrier.
So as you might know, we offer neighborhood tours too, like just to help people to get around and just like figure out if Medellin is for them in the first place. And so from that, we have just like learned that most people have a lot of misconceptions. Even though they saw most of our videos online, they still thought it's Medellin is smaller, Medellin is I don't know what. So it's really, really important to come down here and see it for yourself.
So like Medellin, the neighborhoods, there is one most popular poblado, which is high rises. It feels very downtownish, but very nice, lush green. inexpensive, great food. So that's, yeah, Poblado kind of in a nutshell. And then the other neighborhood, Laureles, which is more kind of trendy, walkable, and yeah, not so much of the on the expat radar at the moment. But yeah, we found with our clients, most of people fall in love with Laureles for the neighborhood and fall in love with Poblado because of the apartments. So that's kind of in a nutshell. Then yeah, the language barrier, yeah, you have to find out kind of how it applies to you. Of course, like we are fluent in Spanish, so for us it's okay. But yeah, a lot of people, especially when they have gone to Mexico and then they come here, they found out that yeah, not a lot of English speakers are around. So
at all.
Exactly. So in Poblado, yes, a little bit, but still a lot of people are very surprised how few English speakers there are around. So after you found out, you said, yeah, you have been on our tour, and you say, Sam and Tasha, I want to figure out if Medellin is now the place for me. What is the next step? The next step would be to find housing and an apartment you're comfortable with. So you find the neighborhood you like, and then it would be kind of house hunting from there. I would suggest to stay 2 weeks to around 2 months in Medellin at least, to get a kind of a feel for the neighborhood. You then stay in, most probably in Airbnb or something like that, to find out if it's something for you. So what are the apartments like here in Medellin?
Okay, so the apartments here, like he said before, Poblado, really nice apartments. Everything is like more luxurious, so prices are higher too. So for an apartment, you will spend around, I would say 900 to 1,200 for a two-bedroom furnished apartment, 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment.
Yeah, nice size, modern.
Like
yeah, that would be around 700 to 800, maybe 1,000 square feet. Square feet.
So yeah. Getting an apartment is really important. Start with furnished. When you're coming for just 2 weeks, we can of course we can help you to find an apartment, but for long term. So if you're looking for an apartment for short term, under 3 months, I would suggest Airbnb. And the longer you stay, I would also suggest like to see different kind of neighborhoods, because like the apartments change from neighborhood to neighborhood. That would be interesting for you just to kind of figure out what's best for you. So yeah,
exactly.
Anything to add?
Yeah, important to know is we have some people sometimes come in here and say, yeah, they want to have a house with the front and the backyard.
Oh yeah.
You can get that, but it would be a hassle. So you rather move to the countryside for something like that instead of wanting to have that in Medellin. Of course, Medellin has houses, not just apartments, but they share the walls with the neighbors. They're not standalone houses like you would have in the US. So that's a thing to know too. And then again, in Laureles, it's kind of hard to find a nice, good, modern apartment, whereas Poblado is full with nice, modern apartments with a nice view. So yeah, these are kind of things you have to know once coming to Medellin, that yeah, the apartments are not always the same. So yeah, I think that in a nutshell was pretty much it. So first, find out cost of living, visa, climate, size of the city, and what you, if you can get a job. Next, go to that city you think these things from your research apply, and then figure out which neighborhood you want to go to and what the language barrier, if you can handle that. And then afterwards find out how the apartments feel like. If you, maybe you are in the city and you feel, there's no nice apartments around, or apartments are way too expensive. And yeah, here in Medellin we explained how it is, and you've seen that in the videos. So yeah, I think after that you can take the decision and say, yeah, Medellin is for me, or Medellin is not for me, and I have to keep or continue my search. So yeah, I think that was it for the video. Is there anything you want to add?
Pretty much it. No, there's nothing to add. I hope that the video helped you to kind of figure out if Medellin is for you. And as we said, the best thing is always to visit. And as we mentioned before too, you can always book a sneak peek tour with us if you want to figure out more about living here and all the details, seeing the neighborhoods, all of that. But as he said also, you found the link in the description down below.